Thomas in the ring and getting set for this scheduled 12-round heavyweight bout.
I've never been knocked out in my career in 27 fights.
Have you ever been knocked down?
I've been knocked down 3 or 4 times as a pro, but I've never been stopped. I can take a good punch, Doc, and always have been able to take a good punch.
Well, this is a great opportunity for you. You know, we were coming off last week all upsets. The favorites were getting upset by the underdogs walking off the boardwalk. What do you think is going to happen this weekend?
Well, maybe there'll be another big upset. That's what I'm trying for. I've worked hard to get this shot, traveled all over the world to get a fight like this. It's a big opportunity for me. It's a chance of a lifetime, and I can't let it get by.
All right. One quick question. What's your prediction?
Well, I told everybody earlier, I don't make predictions about fights other than I will come here to fight.
Michael, you found a punch from someplace. You're knocking everybody out. What's happened?
Well, I wish you wouldn't disclose that information right now, Doctor. And as far as my punching is concerned, I really have no logical answer for it. Just maturity and confidence and cultivating my twos, and along with everything else, is probably a great cause of it all. I'm defending my North American belt, which is very significant in my career right now, and I have to be up for these type of fights, and I took it.
In other words, you don't take any of these fighters cheap.
Oh, you can't, because at this position I'm in, at number 2 in the world, number 3 in the other division, you can't afford to take anybody lightly, because I end up at the bottom of the barrel again trying to fight back to the top, and it's just nonsense to jeopardize myself like that.
And your prediction?
Well, victorious.
And there is Michael Dokes. He goes 6'3", a 2-inch height advantage over the 6'1" Tommy Franco Thomas, who, because of his likeness to Franco Harris of the Pittsburgh Steelers, nicknamed Franco. He's out of Fairmount, West Virginia, 27 years old, born in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Michael Dokes ranked 2nd by the WBC, 3rd by the WBA, and number 3 by Ring Magazine. Dokes in the white and Thomas in the black trunks. Michael Dokes, 24 years old, born in Akron, Ohio, now living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Record of 24-0, 1 draw, and 13 knockouts. Oh, left hand by Dokes, getting right in on Thomas. Larry Holmes a moment ago predicting that Thomas would not last past the 3rd round.
Thomas is tough, but Michael Dokes is very fast. You saw the desire that Thomas has. He ran across the ring, and Dokes put a basketball move on him, and he went right by him. But he's no question steamed up for this fight. Whether he can counter the speed of Michael Dokes, I don't know. Michael Dokes is very, very fast with his hands, and he's found a punch in the last 4 or 5 fights. He's begun really pulverizing his opponents.
He has come up with 4 first-round knockouts. Franco Thomas, 24-3, 15 by knockout, and comes off a loss to Jimmy Young last November, a close 10-round decision in Pittsburgh. Jimmy Young is the common opponent between the two. Dokes winning by decision over Young, and Thomas losing by decision.
It's a tough fight with Young. Nobody has an easy fight with Young. Jimmy Young is one of those guys that'll go the whole limit, and you don't know who won when he's over with, but he's a tough journeyman heavyweight.
Franco Thomas, a Lebanese-American. One-time policeman, one-time truck driver, taking the left hand from Dokes.
Dokes very fast in combination. You're just amazed that a heavyweight can punch that fast. He has not been very effective with that punch this first round. Thomas able to cover up. He's been hitting gloves and arms. He has not been hitting much.
And less than a minute left in this first round. Michael Dokes' victories include decisions over George Chaplin, Randy Cobb, and Jimmy Young. One draw back in April of '80 against Ozzy Ocasio. Then in a return bout, knocked out Ocasio in the first round.
Good stiff punches by Michael Dokes. Even when he misses, he looks impressive. Franco Thomas right in front of him and doing some of the pressuring. Good jab. I think he got a thumb in that left eye. He certainly blinked it enough. Today for thumbs here.
saw a couple of thumbs effectively landed in earlier bouts. And we are final seconds. First round. Get round 2 underway here at the Playboy Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Michael Dokes in the white trunks, Franco Thomas in the black. Michael Dokes coming off a first round knockout of Lynn Ball. That's his last fight back January the 30th.
Great left hook by Franco Thomas. Caught Dokes going back. His corner has told Franco Thomas, don't lean back from punches. You'll get hit by counter punches. Jump in when you miss with a punch. Jabs blocked effectively by the right hand of Franco Thomas. Didn't get in.
Left hand by Thomas, but Dokes able to counter.
Another jab by Franco that pushed the head of Michael Dokes back.
And a look from above.
At the early part of this round, you see the distance between the two fighters is wide. A lot of blue, expensive canvas. When it gets later in the rounds, you will see that close up, and those two guys are going to be close to each other.
The scorecard, as you saw, had Dokes with the first round, but Thomas coming back strong in the second round.
Up to this point, Thomas was doing good.
Combination by Dokes.
Dokes fighting off the ropes very cleverly. He's the one that got the best of all the action off those ropes. There were several very low blows landed by Dokes just then, but Zach Clayton was all the way across the ring and didn't see him. Again, a little touch of an illegal action by putting his left hand out. Dokes puts his left hand out and holds it there for a fraction of a second as if to throw the right behind it. I'm sure he will as the rounds progress. Hit 3 times by Franco. If Franco's smart, he'll take advantage of that.
And Dokes with the combination. Looked to be toying with Thomas at the start, but Franco was able to land effectively. We have less than a minute remaining in the second round. Good exchange.
Dokes getting hit by those very slow jabs. If Franco can hold out to the middle rounds, it's going to be, nice punches by Franco and nice exchange.
Right hand by Dokes, and he has Thomas hurt. Thomas says, come on, and here comes Dokes. To the head. Combination by Dokes. Thomas looking to tee off on Dokes as we approach 10 seconds left in the second round.
Dokes neutralized that all the...
Dokes, but in the second, Franco Thomas says, come on, and Thomas was able to land effectively. This is Dokes landing the combination.
And pulling out the round because the punches were so effective that he neutralized all the stuff that had gone before from Franco Thomas. Nice to have it 2-0 right now for Dokes.
And in the state of New Jersey, the scoring is on the round system. If the round is even, they go to the 5 points to break the deadlock. Scoring handled by the referee, Zach Clayton, and the 2 judges, Eva Shane and Tommy Kazmarek.
One sign I did not like, Dokes was getting hit by slow jabs, and he looked like he tired and slowed down. It's only the second round.
And this is round 3. Marv Albert, Ferdy Pacheco from Atlantic City, New Jersey. A big day of boxing once again here on NBC Sports.
There's no question that Dokes with a superior reach is out punching at the distance is out punching Franco. Franco's got to come in like he is there, and once he's in, he's got to punch. What's happening to him is inside. Dokes is punching very hard.
Straight left, landed by right hand.
And Franco shakes his head.
Earlier in his career, Michael Dokes was not noted for his punching power, but the feather punching has certainly turned around. He has been landing heavy leather the last 8 months to a year.
The way he looks now, if he doesn't get an early knockout, the later rounds are going to be very interesting. As Franco is in very good shape. And he's used to this ballroom brawling kind of final rounds. Dokes apparently breathing through his mouth. I don't understand this sort of fights.
Michael Dokes had a brilliant amateur career. 147 wins, 7 losses. Won a host of titles, including the National AAU Heavyweight Championship in 1975. Silver medal at the Pan Am Games, 75. National Golden Gloves title.
Franco eating an awful lot of strong jabs.
Left hand by Thomas getting in. And Dokes looking to measure and then unload that right, which is cocked.
Well, it's landed often enough.
Michael Dokes, who was delighted to be the main event fighter for a change. 5 of his last 6 bouts on the undercard. 3 times the prelim to the heavyweight champion, Larry Holmes.
Dokes not looking good in the corners when he gets in there on the defense. Not looking good.
And reach advantage of Michael Dokes against Tommy Franco Thomas. But Dokes has not looked impressive, although he is the leader on our scorecard. There's a look at the distance between the 2 fighters. Dokes looks to be out of shape.
Your head, though.
He does. He didn't have much time to take this fight because his Leon Spinks, his stablemate, dropped out. He had 15 days of training, but he just doesn't look that good.
I wonder if he took this bout seriously.
If he didn't, he's in for a long, long afternoon. And it is the Ides of March on NBC.
This is round 4. Can I write that down for you?
I think a guy named William wrote it better than you're not going to write it.
Now Dokes snapping the jab. How did Franco Thomas begin his boxing career? Well, one night, while in attendance at an amateur event, he was pulled out of the audience to fill in borrowed trunks, wearing tennis shoes, knocked out his rival. Said after that he knew just what he wanted to do. And he went on to a successful amateur career and then a professional career that has produced 24 wins and 27 fights. Oh, left hand by Dokes.
This is the Michael Dokes we should have seen from the first round on. He's caught him in the middle of the ring, and it's his. It's his fight in the middle of the ring. As long as he goes to the ropes, Franco's going to maul and push and make him look bad.
Franco slapping away at Dokes with the left hand. Well, Larry Holmes said it would not get past round 3. This is round 4 as we approach the halfway mark of the 4th round.
In this fight, Dokes is fighting much better because he's fighting in the middle of the ring, and he's using the ring, and he's using his reach, and he's using his jab. He's doing everything he should be doing. Before this, he looked tired and apathetic, listless and disinterested.
Thomas trying to tee off, but could not connect. Earlier we saw Arthur McCanty conducting his boxing clinic.
Well, I think Zach Clayton must have been watching it because he's done everything that Arthur was talking about. He's circling away from the fighters. He's leaving them alone.
Left hand by Dokes.
Dokes very effective this round.
As we mentioned earlier, Clayton, the type of referee who does not believe in making much contact, does it by verbalizing, takes charge by talking to the boxers.
Dokes circling away, using the ring like he should, able to pop that jab almost at will, and every once in a while, back with a right hand. Dokes fights pretty dangerously defensively. I would wonder what he could get away with doing that with Holmes.
coming to the conclusion of this fourth round. This is scheduled for 12. This is right out of the files of Green Scipio, Hampshire Parker of a week ago. After the bell. This is all action after the bell. Seconds after the bell. A combination thrown by Dokes, who was unhappy because Thomas had hit him right after the bell sounded.
We ought to amass all those clips of hitting after the bell and have a full 10-round fight by the time March is over with.
The Ides of March.
Yes, the Ides of March.
Franco Thomas, 27 years old, out of West Virginia. Moving on to round number 5 against Michael Dokes.
Losing every round, but keeping the fight competitive. It's curious that he's losing the fight, but he is making the fight in that he's coming toward him. He's the aggressor. He just landed 2 good hooks, 3, 4.
And the crowd has turned. They are rooting for Thomas. They did not like that combination thrown late after the bell. Here's Dokes up on his toes and snapping the jab.
And he put his hand right up there. He didn't like to get hit there.
Oh, left hook by Dokes, and Thomas is down. Thomas says he's all right. Dokes anxious to spring out of the corner. Here he comes. And the combination by Dokes looking to end it here in round 5.
Dokes took a deep breath. He got himself tired doing that. Too much time left in the round for Thomas to survive unless he's got an awful lot of iron in his legs.
Oh, the right hand by Dokes. Thomas on his feet, looking very shaky.
Dokes tired. Dokes oh so tired.
Thomas is down. And it's all over, says Zach Clayton. It is all over. Franco Thomas put down for the second time in this 5th round off the onslaught. Michael Dokes showing us dynamite, although he did not, as we mentioned on several occasions, did not look to be in the best of physical condition. So Michael Dokes continues his unbeaten record.
Turn around, Mike. Looks, there you go. Turn around, my man. Turn around.
And the physicians now attending to Franco Thomas. They have him propped up on a stool.
Give me the cold water.
Thomas was knocked down earlier in the 5th round. Tried to fight his way back, but could not. Dokes teeing off to conclude matters. So no upset here in our main event. Here's Michael Dokes putting Thomas away in round 5. The 24-year-old out of Akron, Ohio, now living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, sending Thomas to the canvas. Referee Zach Clayton ushering him aside. He stopped it at that point. We'll be back to hear from Michael Dokes right after we pause for these words. NBC Sports Ringside will continue in a moment. Back in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Marv Albert, Ferdy Pacheco, moments ago, Michael Dokes knocked out Tommy Franco Thomas. Let's go to the ring. Here's the official announcement.
Zach Clayton stops this bout at 1 minute and 33 seconds of the 5th round. And a winner by a TKO and still undefeated and still the North American Boxing Federation heavyweight champion, Michael Dynamite Dokes.
So Michael Dokes at 1:33 of round 5 taking out Franco Thomas. Dokes is in the ring with Ferdy.
Hey, Henry, the farm did wonders. The farm did wonders.
Calm down, Michael.
Only 14 days.
14 days. You look like you were getting a little
I
tired.
hadn't sparred in 10 days, Freddie. I had a little injury occur in camp, and I couldn't spar for 10 days. I couldn't turn down King down. The man did wonders for me, and also my manager called King. He said, go ahead. take the fight.
All right.
And also for NBC, Miss King, my mother, Lillian, I love you all.
You were my first fight on NBC. And
Exactly, 2 years ago, January.
You did it then and you did it this time.
Well, Freddie, what you think, huh? You think I improved any?
You sure have.
Me, I'm a little humble guy, and I really don't want to.
Humble is nowhere in the building with you. Humble I haven't seen in the building with you or this man, Don King here.
Well,
where you going with this guy?
This guy's going for a championship. There's nothing to stop him. I think Dynamite Dokes has improved. He's a tremendous competitor. He's a great fighter, and I think that we owe a great debt of indebtedness to you because you are the man that's really taking over television boxing, Dr. Freddie Pacheco, and we love you.
Lighten up, lighten up.
Well, man,
Let me say, I'm saying, where did you find the punch? Please just tell me that. I want to go get some.
We call him Dynamite.
It's something that's been with me for a long time, Freddie. I come out the amateur with an outstanding knockout record, and then I came into the pros. I had to cultivate my talent, my tools, get my balance together, help with Bobby Lewis, Bill Present. They cultivated my style. Now I'm older. I'm 23. I'm a full-fledged heavyweight now. And so now it's just all falling together. It was nothing like it was never there because my speed and agility is my best asset. I'm still not a puncher, Fred.
I'm
still not a puncher. I'm afraid of Weaver. I'm afraid of Holmes. Cooney, you swear to God, I'm afraid of you.
Well, we're ready to see you in heavyweight championship action this coming year because I don't think they can hold you back.
I hope it's back on NBC.
It will if we got anything to do.
We got a good team, Monty Corn, Bazin, Consultant.
All right.
We rolling, Freddie.
We're
rolling with you. NBC, first and
Back to Marv Albert and Sanity.
Freddie brought boxing back to it.
All right, Freddie thrives on that type of situation. Michael Dokes taking out Franco Thomas in round 5. Earlier today here in Atlantic City, we saw 2 other heavyweights go at each other. The highly regarded number 9, according to the WBA heavyweight contender, Tim Witherspoon out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, going up against Argentina's Luis Acosta, scheduled for 10. Let's pick it up with round 1.